There is one thing in life that makes it extremely valuable, something that should push each one of us to take advantage of being alive. And that reason is that we're running out of time. We won't be walking this earth forever, and no matter when you're watching this, you will most likely not be here anymore 100 years from now. Think about what's most important for you, whether it's your family, friends, couple, or anything else. You won't get to enjoy them forever. Now let's say that every morning you were given $86,400 to spend during the day, and if something from that money wasn't spent by the end of it, it vanished, with no chance of getting it back. What would you do? The answer is clear. You would try your best to spend all the money daily. In real life, you're not blessed with $86,400, but with 86,400 seconds. Each second that goes by is a second that, just like the money, will never come back. It is important to understand that, even though it might not seem like that at first sight, life's not long, and that time does fly, which is why we should make sure to make the most of our stay on this planet. However, you might already know this. You're aware of how short life truly is, but you just struggle to live it to the fullest. It doesn't matter if you already know how important it is to be the writer of your history, or if you hadn't thought about it yet until now. You're about to find out what you should be doing to live a life that the most important person in your life is proud of, which is nobody but you. 1. Stop caring about what other people think. Take a moment now and concentrate on visualizing what you're about to be told. Imagine yourself being 80 years old, sitting on your home's couch by yourself, in complete silence, and thinking about the times that you're not going through. Do you think those opinions you might be giving importance to now will seem like such a problem? No, of course they won't. You must take the time to understand the concept of anxiety and overwhelm that would go through your body if you realized in your very last days that you never truly experienced life. Not going to watch a film because nobody else likes it, or stopping yourself from dressing the way you'd like to because of people who are not important to you, is something that the 80-year-old would think of as a stupid thing, so why don't you do it now too? There is a moment in life in which the sooner it comes, the better, in which every person realizes that nobody cares about what they do because they're all too busy with their problems to be thinking about what those around them are doing. But if somebody was to care, what? There is something worth knowing, and that's that you cannot change what others think about you. Being aware of this, there is no real reason to stop thinking about other people's opinions of you, not even for a second. The wise Stoic and Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius said himself that what a man had to fear was to never begin to live instead of death itself. Make sure to keep that in mind and always remember it. From time to time, ask yourself if what you're doing has anything to do with the path that you want to take in life. 2. Learn to say no. Saying no might sound easy at first sight. It's just saying a word. How difficult could it be? The truth is that millions of people struggle with it, and it can happen for many different reasons. One of them is fearing rejection, as it's not uncommon for people to avoid saying no if that will prevent being disliked or looked at in a bad way. Another reason that pushes many people to avoid saying no is that they want to please others and like to seek approval. This is, in most cases, directly related to a lack of self-respect and low self-esteem. Another reason is not wanting to be involved in a fight, discussion, or argument. Many just prefer to avoid any problems that could come if they were to say no, and just prefer to go on with whatever they end up saying yes to. These are just a few, but you get the idea. The thing that everyone on Earth would agree on, however, is that this is by no means a good thing, because at the end of the day, How could somebody be the leader of their own life if they are not capable of saying no to nothing? But you don't need to worry. This can be fixed, and you will learn how to do so now. Accept that there needs to be a first time. Nobody is born ready. You need to remember that and apply that philosophy to every aspect of your life, including saying no. The key will just be to do it the first time. Mentalize yourself about the task, commit yourself to it, and then do so. It is that simple. Once that first time is done and you've got the ball rolling, everything will become easier as you go on to say no in different situations. Just think about something that in the past seemed impossible to carry out for you, but that now seems like a child's game. This time is no different. Visualize it, and everything will come into place. Practice. Talk to yourself in front of the mirror and simulate situations in which you didn't say no in the past, even though you wanted to. This will make doing it in a real-life situation a much easier task. An even better way to practice is to ask a person that you trust to help you. Tell them to ask you for stuff, just like any person would do in real life, and try to say no. There are a lot of different ways to do so, and you'll be able to practice every single scenario that you can think of with them. Practice saying no and staying silent. Practice refusing to do something without directly saying no. And practice a situation in which the other person gets mad at you or insists too much. The key is that you prepare scenarios that are as realistic and close to your day-to-day life as possible. Seek support. Share your goals with your friends and family and let them know what you're working on so they can help you out. If they know what you're trying to accomplish, they will most likely try to help you out, and a huge part of the pressure that you feel now will vanish. 3. Work on your self-esteem. Self-esteem is the main reason why so many people cannot live their own lives. They feel weak, look at themselves poorly, have negative thoughts, and are never fully committed to doing something. Nevertheless, the first step is to find where the issue is so that it can be attacked. Having great self-esteem makes you a person who is happy enough with the opinion that you have of yourself. If somebody with poor self-esteem wanted to go to a concert and nobody else wanted to go with them because they thought it was boring or stupid to do, they would never buy the tickets and go to the event, no matter how much they wanted to go. But what do you think would happen if the person who had nobody to go to the concert with had great self-esteem and gave more importance to his own opinion than the ones of the people around them? You guessed it, they would go to the concert by themselves. This is a concept that, no matter how many times it is talked about, there will never be enough. That's why you must pay huge attention to the following 3 things that, if you aren't, you should be doing to improve your self-esteem. Treat your body properly. It doesn't matter if you like to run, lift weights, train in calisthenics, or just jump with the rope. But you must start doing physical exercises frequently. It doesn't need to be every day, and the training sessions don't need to be too long either. Just make sure that you're staying healthy. And in case you didn't know, a great diet is also essential, so make sure that you're feeding yourself the right foods. You don't have to stop eating the food that you love the most and limit yourself to a few vegetables and fruits. Just try to have a balanced diet and treat the highly caloric meals as something punctual instead of something common. The way your mind works will be directly affected by how you treat your body, so keep that in mind. Find a purpose. One of the main reasons why people are often depressed and sad is because they feel stuck and useless. How would you feel if you were in the same spot that you were in 1, 2, 5, or even 10 years ago? Bad, of course. A lack of progress can destroy anyone in the world. You need to remember that. That's why you need to find a purpose and try to get a little closer to it every single day. Some days, you'll make no progress. Other days, you'll be energetic and do more than what you did for the past 2 weeks, but that is just how it goes. You need to understand that, as long as you're working for something and fighting for your purpose, your self-esteem will slowly increase because you will be perceiving a value that wasn't there before and that you will have built with your bare hands through time. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. People take different paths and evolve differently, and if you compare yourself to another person whose life has nothing to do with yours, you'll feel bad. Jeff Bezos, one of the wealthiest people in the world, was once a worker at McDonald's. How would he have felt if he had valued himself based on how others of his age were doing? There's always time to become a better person, and the time that each one of us takes to do so is different. So don't go too hard on yourself and use only your reflection as your competence. These were 3 ways to stop letting other people live your life. They will not only help you live your life the way you want to, but they will also make you a much happier person. So make sure that you put them into practice. As long as you understand that it will take time, everything will be okay. Just remember to be patient and to love yourself, and things will fall into place just like you want them to. Until next time.